Amos remained 176 not out. A really tremendous performance. 304 for 5, 30 extras in that total, and good efforts also from Peter Willey and David Steele, who stuck around there in good partnerships with Amos. But what a marvellous fighting comeback by Dennis Amos against these quick bowlers. He's been out of Test cricket for a long time. Marvellous to see him back. An innings of great courage, temperament, and a real class performance. England began the second last morning of the final test at the Oval at 304 for 5. Night watchman Derek Underwood was on 1. Dennis Amos 176 not out. A magnificent innings, one of the features of the season, and a tremendous fighting comeback for this courageous cricketer who'd done so much hard work in the nets to come under the eye of the England selectors once again. Perhaps just one small point that struck us in that 176 that he made on the Saturday was that the new technique he'd adopted was causing him great problems round about leg stump. He was clipping the ball away in the air all right, but just occasionally he was leaving that leg stump exposed. We join him now as he's facing Andy Roberts in the second over of the day. Great shot. It was in the air. It went past that man like a rocket. He's got it through the gap, in the air, but between the two men. It's worth having a look at how he plays that shot. He's into position there and he's hitting it on the up. And I think we can say with confidence that he's trying, with that particular stroke, to get it over the top of the fieldsman. Roberts, and beautifully picked up, saving 4 runs. And that is Dennis Amos's highest test innings in England. Bowled in, beaten for pace there. There was a quick delivery from Michael Holding to remove Derek Underwood, the night watchman. So it's 323 for 6 now. Underwood bowled Holding 4 and Amos is 191 not out. Holding has just taken his 5th wicket. That's how it happened. Off the pad, but certainly beaten for pace. Good shot. Moved into that very, very nicely. Perfectly timed. Now, will Roberts stay over the wicket, stay round the wicket, or will he be forced to go back over? Hasn't had the success he may have hoped for so far by going around. In fact, he is moving his mark across, and umpire Bird is signalling that he's coming back over the wicket. Well, that's, in a sense, first blood of the morning to Dennis Amos. He was attacked in a certain way, and he's now forced them to revise their opinion. In the air and 4. And that also is 4, and it's his double 100. It was over Greenwich's head. Dennis Amos goes to 203. A superb effort. Fine cricketer, Amos, and one of the best fellows you could meet in the game. That'll beat the fieldsman into the fence there. Notty didn't quite get it in the middle of the bat, but it's so quick down that side and it slopes away. And I don't think that that's a good thing from the West Indies point of view, because Daniel, who was loosening up just before that ball was bowled and was obviously about to come on at Holding's end, has just done a muscle in turning to chase that ball. And if it's where he's rubbing it, that's not too good, because that's going to be his hamstring at the back of the left leg. There's where it happened, and that's where it grabbed him. It was just that little bit of extra strain, just striving for the extra yard of pace to try and cut off the boundary. In fact, there was never any way he was going to cut it off. That reduces the fast bowling attack. That now gets us to the stage where Holding had bowled 4 overs and was about to be rested for Daniel. Roberts is in his 4th. It leaves Van Bernholder as the 3rd bowler in the side, plus the other part-time spinners. Collis King has 1 for 1 as well, so he'll be doing some medium pacing, but it's certainly bad luck from the West Indies point of view that their other fast bowler, making up the quickest trio in the world, should be hobbling off the field in that fashion at this stage.
And has bowled him. He's gone over too far. He's left the leg stump wide open. And Dennis Amos out for 203. The man to strike again, Michael Holding. Getting congratulations, really has bowled a magnificent spell right through this innings. But a tremendous effort this by Dennis Amos on his return to Test match scene. Wonderful performance, 203 he made. That's the highest score ever made on this ground in a Test match by an Englishman against West Indies. .28 boundaries, a stay of 440 minutes. It's always seemed likely, might be a method of getting Dennis out. Walked across outside the off stump, just left the leg stump open, the ball clipping the leg stump, and Amos bowled by Holding for 203. So Holding, the man with 6 of the 7 wickets that have fallen to his name. Remarkable performance on this dead, lively pitch. 6 for 72 his figure standing at now as he is in his 23rd over. So the pressure being put on young Geoffrey Miller now. Holding Miller.
Good shot by Knott. It'll go for 4. Then a Julian man chasing, but it gathers pace down the hill there towards the pavilion. It's safe. It's 4 runs. It went straight through the area between second slip and gully, where Clive Lloyd has taken a man away for Miller. It's in the air and 4 runs. Viv Richards was the man diving away for that, and it was a pretty good effort. Bowled him, and it's a no ball again. Good shot. With Richards as the man chasing it, but he has no chance of picking that up inside the fence. That was 4 right from the moment it left the bat. Now Richards is being pushed in front of square to take care of that stroke. He was 3-4 yards behind the line of the umpire. That's in the air, but it's also 4. Good shot. That's 4 runs. And that'll be 4. So as it's the last ball, they'll wait for the fans to throw it back, I suppose, and the umpires will take the players off the field. Takes the total past 400 mark for England. They have 87 runs to go to avoid the follow-on. 401 for 7, 45 to Knott, and 17 to Miller.
Got it all right this time. The gap between point and cover. And Alan Knott going through to another Test match 50. Valuable runs these from England's wicketkeeper, made out of a total now of 411 for 7. He's been in for just 106 minutes. Lloyd still persevering at that far end with Holding. And he's played it on. And another wicket for Michael Holding. Alan Knott just after completing his 50. A little unfortunate there, got into position nicely. The bat came down at a slight angle, an inside edge, and it goes down in the book as Knott bowled Holding for 50. Just striking the inside edge and back onto the stumps. So another useful innings from Alan Knott. So much out of form early on in the series, bounded back with that fine 100 up at Headingley, and now following it up with a most valuable 50 runs here at the Oval. So for Selby, back come all the close catches, 3 slips, 2 gullies. Limit off, forward short leg, and the backward short leg. And he's done it too, Ollie. Yes, he's got out in the identical fashion. Would you believe it? An inside edge, first ball. Holding's got 8 wickets. Selby goes, first ball, out for naught. And Michael Holding, in this dramatic piece of bowling, is now on a hat-trick. Selby out in identical fashion to Alan Knott. A little bit of extra pace, the bat not quite down in time, an inside edge. So Bob Willis, the man with the responsibility of trying to deny Holding the hat-trick. Well, he wouldn't be pleased about that one. He's very cross with himself, bowled it wide down the leg stump. It's a good shot off the back foot, cracked it through, extra cover, that'll run away for 4. Oh, it's another really fine shot. Got his feet into position nicely, angled the bat down, tucked it away, square on the leg side for 4 more.
And that's out. trying to pull, and Miller has caught it mid-on. The England innings finishes at 435. Well, that's a pretty good effort from England, 435. They needed the 488 to save the follow-on. They couldn't quite do it. The lead finishing up at 252 for the West Indies. It's rather an uneven-looking scorecard, in fact, with Dennis Amos is 203. Really great innings, that. Not necessarily so much from the stroke play point of view, although that was good, but from the courage he showed in making his fight back. And then today, Underwood out early. Alan Knott, a very good and unorthodox 50. And what I thought was a very, very fine debut innings from Jeff Miller, 36. He bowled quite well in the first innings, fielded pretty well, and that was a staunch innings full of courage. And if that hasn't got him a trip to India, then the game's not right. Selby was out first ball, and Bob Willis remained not out 5. The West Indian bowling figures dominated completely by Michael Holding. It really was a superb effort from this young pace bowler. Andy Roberts, well, there's no justice in the world if he gets none for 102 of 27 overs when Michael Holding gets 8 for 92 of 33. Roberts didn't bowl all that much worse than Holding, but a marvellous effort from Michael Holding. Fine young bowler, and he's going to be even better as the years go on. Well, Clive Lloyd didn't enforce the follow-on. I didn't expect him to, in fact. I thought the ideal thing would be for him to go in, have a thrash, and get the England openers in again for just perhaps half an hour before stumps, and that's exactly the line he took himself. We join play now in the West Indies second innings, and it's Bob Willis bowling to Gordon Greenwich. Well now. Well, he's giving his hand a little bit of a shake. Well, I've never seen anything like that before. Normally, one tends... now, that's better. You get it up round about the elbow. So let's have a look at it and see, in fact, what happened. And no wonder Bob Willis let him have a bouncer after that. Well, it's got to be 4. It's a bad ball. Four more. $14 off the over and a wide.
Short again, powered away quite unmercifully by Gordon Greenwich. Absolutely no way you can bowl short to this man. Willis no doubt incensed by having that do for a catch turned down. Lost his head in the remainder of the first over. Seemed that he'd recovered his cool here, but another short one there. And that's another short one, hulked away, square on the leg side for yet another 4. It's 4 all the way. Just that fraction short, wasn't all that short, but again, another illustration of no margin of error on this pitch for the medium pacer. So the 50 coming up, with Fredericks share 15 and Greenwich 31. Incredible shot. Just a minute or so before tea. I don't know whether Greenwich is making up his mind he'd like this to be the last over before tea. That'll delay it a bit. Dance down the wicket, hit him high over extra cover.
Absolutely no sympathy for the bowler, I'm afraid. There. Can't bring myself to say bad luck at all. Anyone who bowls without a slip is just asking for trouble. Shot. Good shot. And Selby's in trouble there. It looks as though he's done a muscle. And therefore the England attack is also in trouble. Four. Good shot too. The 100 comes up in 79 minutes. Good shot. Tony Greig, the man chasing, but not even Tony Greig is going to be able to cut that off. It'll beat him into the fence at extra cover. So 2 boundaries, swing that over, and a splendid half-century to Roy Fredericks. He's had a good match, the left-hander. Taking him 85 minutes. With 6 fours. 4 runs. Well, it's a long way down there. Perhaps Amos might have a chance of getting it, but they're certainly going to run 4. In fact, might even do better than that. He's just beaten him into the boundary. And 50 to Gordon Greenwich. It's a great start by this West Indian pair. Greenwich goes to 52 in 88 minutes. 9 fours in his half-century.
It's a bad ball. A rare sight, that, from Underwood. I seldom see him drop one as short as that. Presented again, no problems to Fredericks. Waited for it, cut it away behind square for 4. That's a tremendous shot. Really picked the quick bowler up and put him straight in the pavilion for 6. A very, very big hit, that, by Gordon Greenwich.
And there is the declaration. So, in fact, both men missing their centuries, finishing up 86 and 85. It's 86 to Fredericks and 85 to Greenwich. Well, what a batting onslaught that was. 2 tremendous innings there by Fredericks and Greenwich. 182 and 137 minutes, and those runs came from just 32 overs. It really was exhilarating cricket. Well, England needed 435 to win when Lloyd made the declaration a minute before 6 o'clock. The opening batsmen again were Woolmer and Amos, and here's that man, Michael Holding again, steaming in from the Vauxhall end, and he's bowling to Bob Woolmer. There'll be 4 wides, I should think. Or byes he's given. Well, I don't think Derek Murray will be too pleased about that. There'll be 4 runs. They're both off the mark now. Woolmer with the 4 and Amos 1. Full toss that time. And 4 more. There's a bit of shine going off the ball there. In fact, I should think the England batsmen would very much prefer those kids to keep behind the fence, because what's happening is that the ball isn't being allowed to hit the fence. Every time it thumps into that tin, it takes a bit more of the shine off it, softens it. But with the kids jumping over the fence to field it, that doesn't happen. That's got to be wide, that one. And that really did thump into the fence down below. Holding doesn't normally bowl in swingers. And there could be 3 runs there. Van Burn Holt is the man who's going to have to get it from way over at extra cover. To Dennis Amos. It's a good shot for another 3, or let's see, they could perhaps look for 4-all run, I suppose. And indeed they will do. It's now 33 without loss. Dennis Amos has 5. Here's a few more now. We'll take him on to 9. No bounce there at all. But the significant thing there was the position Amos got himself into, which was right across outside the off stump. There he goes, and that ball was in line with the stumps. And there's a little bit of pain there. Last ball of the day coming up, providing sort of no ball. And in fact, Amos has clipped it away for 4. And that really is ridiculous. Those kids down there, Andy Roberts racing around to try and cut it off.
Stay off the wicket, boys. Keep on that playing area.
Well, that pair survived very well indeed. 14 to Dennis Amos and 21 to Bob Woolmer. 43 off the total of 435, leaving them with 392 for victory tomorrow. A very, very good effort from that pair. They played well. Can they do it? Well, the odds are against them, statistics are against them, and cricket history is. But we've had such a marvellous series that anything can happen. The one thing I can promise you is it's going to be an exciting end to this series between West Indies and England.